friends, Miss Scott here. Today I'm going to be attempting a lab demonstration for you over properties of matter. My teammates, Miss Knowlton and Miss Allison, don't live here at the house with me, so I'm not able to do a video with them today since I'm working from home, but I have a special guest from Miss Allison's homeroom. You may know my daughter Carly, and she is going to help me out today. She's going to be my volunteer lab assistant. So when we are doing the demonstration over properties of matter, we chose to focus on a property of matter called solubility. Solubility is just the ability of, in this case, a solid to dissolve in a liquid. Now, we can also dissolve some liquids in liquids, and I'm going to show an example of that. But all of our substances that we're experimenting with today are solids. So to get started, whenever we do an experiment, we always have to come up with a question first. So my lab assistant is going to share the question with you today.
Which things are soluble in water?
Which things are soluble in water? So that just means which things that we're going to experiment with dissolve in water. Thank you, assistant. Before we get started, I want to show you an example so that you can kind of see what our setup is going to be like. And we're going to test 8 different things today. But I'm going to start with an example one so you kind of know what we're doing. You can see that I have 8 cups of water. I have an extra cup of water for my sample. I have some spoons that we're going to use to stir our substances into the water. And then over here on my left, we've got a box of mystery items that my assistant will be drawing from that's filled with our objects that we're going to test. So whenever we do an experiment, after we ask a question, we can do a little bit of research. So my example is going to be your research today, but you may already know the answer. So the research is, we're going to take a substance that many of you may know called MeO, and we're going to see if it is soluble in water. So if I said, is MeO soluble in water, the next thing I would need to do is come up with a hypothesis. So Carly, what is your hypothesis about MeO and water?
I think that it's going to dissolve in the water.
Okay, and why do you think that?
Because I have poured it in a drink before and mixed it around and it dissolved.
There we go. So Carly is using her background knowledge to help her with her hypothesis, and she says that if I put the MeO in water, then it is going to dissolve, and that's because she's had MeO in water before and it did dissolve. So, how many drops do you think I should do?
Probably 2 or 3.
2 or 3? All right.
I start with 2.
Oh, it just, a whole bunch just squirted out. So there we go. There we go. We got plenty in there. So Carly is going to stir for me. And then hopefully it will be
off the side.
Yeah, I got a little bit on my hand. It's all right.
It's already dissolving.
All right. Now, all the substances, you can, yeah, sure, go get us the paper towel. I forgot to get paper towels. It happens. So Carly stirred for us. And I'm not sure how clearly it shows up, but you can see that the water kind of turned a pinkish orange color. This is watermelon flavor, strawberry watermelon. And so that's evidence. We can see evidence that the MeO mixed evenly in the water because the color is the same now throughout. Some of our other substances that we're going to test today may not give us as clear evidence as this. So you'll use your hypothesis. We're going to test several substances, and then because some of them may actually take a little bit of time to dissolve, I'm going to take pictures throughout the day. It's about noon now, so I'm going to take pictures every 1 to 2 hours of our results and see if we see any changes over time, and I'll post those with this lab video. So if you don't see evidence of it dissolving right at the beginning, then you're still going to have a chance to check back later and see, did it in fact dissolve and was your hypothesis correct? As we go today, friends, I want you to make your own hypothesis. You don't have to share them in the responses. But you're welcome as you go along to kind of write them down as we do each substance. You can put yes or no on a sheet of paper if you think they will dissolve and if they won't. And then after you've watched the lab video and you see the final results, then you can maybe add a response to tell me if your hypotheses about the different substances were correct. So we're going to get started. Lab assistant, will you pick our first mystery substance? Oh, how about this? We have fruit snacks. So we're going to open our fruit snack, and I'm going to let my assistant choose a color. We'll save the rest to eat later for lunch.
Yeah.
You choose a color.
Oh, they're all like red and orange.
All right, so
This
how
is
about
the
red
pack
or
I
orange?
like.
Okay, so
got-
we'll put it in our first cup. It is red. I'm going to let my assistant stir. You can actually just use that same spoon to stir because it's cleaned off. I'm going to let her stir just a few times. All right. And then so that we can keep track of what items we're putting in our water, we have some handy labels. So she's going to put a label in front of the cup. And this was a fruit snack. So you can record your hypothesis about what you think, if the fruit snack will dissolve or it will not. Okay. My assistant, can you take the next substance out of the mystery box?
Yes.
All right, what do we have? We have ground cinnamon. All right, so I'm going to take the cap off here, and we're going to get a good little sprinkle of cinnamon into the container, and I'm going to have my assistant use a new spoon to stir. Ooh, it smells like cinnamon. Kind of smells like fall.
Name.
And that's also our dog's name. All right. She is stirring. If you're able to see from there, the water is kind of darkening up a little bit. And there's some stuff on the spoon. Hold that up, Carly, so they can see.
It's gross.
Oh, goodness. All right, set that on the paper towel. And we'll go ahead and put our label with it.
Get it off.
No, we don't
I
need to
tried
take
to
it
get it
off.
off.
We can wash the spoons later. I can take them back to my lab. We can reuse them if we wash them. All right. Do you want to put a label on it for us?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cinnamon's begging us.
Our dog Cinnamon just walked into the kitchen because she heard her name. She doesn't understand what we're doing.
And she's begging us.
Yep. Okay, assistant, can you take the next substance out of the mystery box? Oh, good timing on this one. In this cup, we have some pepper. And interestingly enough,
we have a dog named Pepper and a dog named Cinnamon.
So we're also experimenting with Pepper, and we don't know if she'll walk into the kitchen.
Yeah.
So can you stir that, my assistant?
Same?
Nope, new spoon. We're using new spoons because we don't want to contaminate our results.
I saw that before I started stirring it. There was some of it was going down under the water.
Oh, so some of it was sinking down under the water. I don't know how clearly you can see it. And some of it is floating. All right. We're going to move on to our next substance. We can just put that back in there. Oh, we need to label it. Let's not forget to put our pepper label.
Pepper.
And we'll eat our fruit snacks later so we can keep moving. All right. Next mystery substance. Can you take one out for me? Awesome.
It is honey from Chick-fil-A.
So we have some Chick-fil-A honey. We'll peel that open. Remember, as we go along, be sure to come up with your hypothesis.
I'm going to put the trash right
All right. Ooh, that is very gooey. Okay,
Ew.
my assistant. We'll just set this one right here.
Is it still stuff in it?
Nope, that's plenty. Can you
Oh.
stir it for me?
It's just,
New spoon.
it's like stuck to the bottom because honey is very sticky.
It is kind of sticking to the bottom. You were right.
But it looks like it's dissolving a little bit.
Kind of looks that way. It
The
seems
water's
to be.
kind of changing.
Yeah, the
We
water's
can
changing.
compare it to the other waters.
Interesting. So we will, again, remember I'm going to take pictures. So afterwards you will be able to see if it dissolved. Because sometimes it will just mix in, but then it'll settle back out and it's not really dissolved. So we may have to wait some time. But for now, it looks like it mixed in really good. So we'll see if it actually dissolved. Oh, we got to label our honey.
Oh, yes. We forgot.
That's all right. Our next mystery item is a piece of petrified wood. Now, if you don't know how petrified wood actually forms, it's like a fossil. So If you want to look that up, you can. And we're going to put it in our water. And Carly can stir just a little bit if she wants.
What's that one?
Oh no, new spoon. I got plenty of spoons. We got 3 left and 3 more samples. All right, she stirred it up a little bit. And we're going to label it. Petrified wood. Very nice. Hopefully y'all can see the labels. Okay, we have another mystery substance.
Let's do baking.
Sounds good. We have some baking soda. And I can scoot out of the way, out of the picture, so Carly can come over here and stir after I put it in. We'll get a good scoop, so hopefully you can see it go in.
Whoa, that was cool.
There we go, give it a little stir.
There's some big chunks in there.
We'll give it a little stir. We'll see what it does. Hopefully you guys can see in the camera.
It's like light.
That the water is getting cloudy. All right, can you get a label for it?
Yeah.
Put this back in the mystery bucket.
I gotta move.
We've got 2 more, friends.
Oh, here.
Baking soda, perfect. And second to last mystery substance. All right, friends. Our ever famous ketchup. Carly's a fan of ketchup, so I'm gonna let her put it in. I'll get out of the way.
Tell me when to stop.
Sorry, we keep bumping. Okay, friends, we discovered after we videoed the lab that we had part of the lab cut off just as we were doing our last 2 mystery substances. So we're going to try those again. So next mystery substance is ketchup. We're going to put that in there. Hopefully it won't squirt too big. Can you help me out, Carly?
Yeah.
Don't get it on the table.
Barely squirt it.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that enough?
A little bit more. There you go.
Kind of have to squeeze hard to do it.
You do. This Whataburger ketchup is challenging.
Normally you don't.
Giving it a good stir.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We have 1 more mystery substance.
Salt.
Salt. So let's get that. Oh, let's get our label real quick. For
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's orange, kind of.
It does look a bit orange. All right. Can you give it a stir for me?
Whenever mixing salt, like sometimes it sounds weird. Like, because you can hear it like scraping it.
Kind of the grains.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Label.
We're going to label that. All right, friends. Thank you for joining us today in our lab where we did what? What did we learn?
Which things are soluble in water?
All right. Be sure to check out the pictures that I'll be taking throughout the afternoon to see if we have any additional changes to any of our substances. And also, if you haven't done so already, take a look at the labels and come up with your own hypotheses. Did they dissolve? Are they soluble? Or are they not?
Or will they dissolve?
That's right. All right, friends. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.